Hello, it's Sam Gregory again, and I've got another few images to look at from the Dolomites. So without any further ado, let's jump into it. So I wanted to just show you this because, sometimes you can see odd things in the landscape, and I don't know what it was, but I just saw this wizard's hat. Okay, now maybe I've been watching too much Lord of the Rings or whatever it might be, but sometimes you see odd shapes in clouds, or you see similarities sometimes with clouds and things in the landscape, and that's quite a nice thing to look for, similarities or something a little bit quirky. Now this image I've never really showed, it didn't make the cut, so to speak, but I thought it just made for an interesting conversation in that something can grab you first off, and then often it's just about refining that down to something that maybe is a little bit stronger compositionally or whatever it might be. So this is the scene that kind of grabbed me just to start with, just for the peculiarity of it more than anything. And then you can see I tried to sort of work in a little, the clouds moving here, and it's sort of not much of anything, that shot. It's not really got the peculiarity or the strength of the composition maybe. And then this is what I ended up with. So often you can find that just by focusing in, using a longer length, so 68mm here, down to 37mm on the lens there obviously. If you just zoom in a little bit, you can actually focus in. Now obviously I'm not worrying about this wizard's hat anymore, but I like the fact that there's this sort of three bands of information. We've got the cloud just softening the top of the mountain there, which sort of keeps your eye from drifting up and out. And you've got the trees doing a similar job at the bottom. So they're just cushioning what's happening here in the middle. And there's nothing particularly strong compositionally, but it's just a nice example of that clean, sharp looking Dolomite rock. And as I say, complemented by the buffer at the top and the buffer at the bottom. So sometimes if there is a little peculiarity or a bit of light that catches your eye, do experiment with just looking in a bit closer or a bit further back even, just to set the scene a bit more and really concentrate on what it was you want to capture. Anyway, that's it on this image. We'll be back with some more very soon. And as usual, if you have any questions, just pop them in the comments box.